From the balcony covered the owner of Bakfong City. Two father and son Taiji stand watching. I saw an army coming from a distance. The Lord of the North said, "That's the cyborg thief. How did they get in here? Close the door and don't let them in." The owner of the 7 fascists panicked. He shouted. The gate hurriedly closed. But not in time. 2 guards were killed. Code name. Order to storm. Take the head of the North. Suddenly, a rain came from behind. Arrows in the chest and head. On the bandits and their horses. The horses are down. The bandits died screaming in front of the door. Toji and I were glad to cry. Is to save money and take the lead. The elite horsemen are coming. At an astonishing speed. Hurry up and save us. Mina sprayed the knife. End the lives of the bandits you pass by. Save wind face flaming with sharp air swinging sharp blade. Bright. Flirting as fast as lightning flashing through you. The robbers suddenly felt the danger behind them. He lifted the knife and squeezed it. Give a right to those who try to stab you. He fell from his horse to the ground. Battle battalion stormed. A knight of the battalion called for an ambush. Be careful, the robbers shouted. They were ambushed by Liu Feng's armored army. The warriors in anti-missile armor. They are coming to fight the bandits, whose name was flown away. The name is thrown high. That's really bad for the Baron. Togi shouted with admiring eyes. But the owner of the North Wind hesitated. The horse's army is getting bigger and bigger. Stronger than he spoke. He is an exile. Of course, 100 sounds are not equal to 1 sea. He smirked arrogantly. Liu Feng looked straight into the eyes of Ma, with a determined look. You speak loud. Your bandits entered the Baron's territory. Worthy of death. If there's no wind today, the bandits will be comfortable. You code. He looked at the wind with a contemptuous eye. Ha ha hey. In a banquet. I want to destroy these bandits. He smirked. Sorry you came so quickly. Just bring a little team spirit. Even if we take 10 fights, we will destroy you. All up, shouted out. He gave a sinister smile. Kill 2 armies rushing into each other. The battle was very intense. At the main gate of the North, the porridge pots have been cleaned. Even in 8, there is nothing. The animals are fed up. Breathing on the ground. The 8 bowls of porridge are piled up. The husband is tall. Some people are still eating. An old man with 2 black horns on his head. Hands are burning 8 porridge. The old man spoke. The owner of the Atlantic. This city seems to be fighting a horse. Someone with longer ears. With purple hair, also said Theo. The owner only brought 50 people, 60 people. There are more than 400 people who can win. Let's get out of here. He told the animals. If the horse captures the northern city, we're falling into the code again. Looks like the old man made sense. The animals left the northern city one after another. Little girl with a striped tail. Watch everyone leave in turn. Immediately told the purple-haired new girl. CA, everybody's gone. At the moment, the body is still concentrated. A few more ate porridge. Liu Feng's armored army, by the horsemen of unicorns. The army has too few forces. They also shed blood. Right now on the battlefield. Force correlation. There's obviously a difference between the tumor and the tumor. Myna approached the wind to warn. In fact, if it continues like this, I can't stand it. The wind did not respond. Maybe the devil has the answer in his heart. Suddenly, the gate opened. To your father, the Lord of the North, rode in. In his hands he rotated the orb of thorns and shouted, "Send my baron to help you." At this moment, the face is happy. I am so glad that someone came to help. But then it just popped. How the reflector spikes back into my head. The father and son of the northern wind turned and fled. Sorry. I can't do it. I haven't been in the fight yet. I really like the wind so weak. Save Feng, shouted General. Surprise. From there, the horse who soared high. A strong wind blowing in. The wind stood bewildered. I don't understand what's going on. Get drunk and have to exercise for a while. He was carrying a large piece of wood. Over here, little girls, they make house. There's a striped tail. A minor try up. The soldiers of the horse were killed. Far away, they were amazed at the girl's power. From the Niu tribe. One of them asked where Kier came from. Let me howl for an hour. She lifted a big tree in her hand. It's spinning in a circle, creating a swirling wind. She swiped a woman's tree towards the bandits. The weight of the tree is very large, flying at full speed again. If you get hit by TB, it's definitely squashed like an ant. The enemy is knocked down and thrown away. By chance no one gets in the way. Liu Feng told Mina. Good opportunity. Follow me to make the enemy catch the wall first. I told you, 2 horsemen, hurry up and chase the horse. The killer is not terrible. That's cold. Now I have to run for help. Catch up to him. Save the wind in Mexico, now swinging the sword towards Yuma. Suddenly, a big, strong body, wearing a mask, wearing a cloak from where very quickly appeared. He used a knife to stop the sword, and the blades of Liu Feng and Myna. He is the knight of the kingdom that Vi said, who always appears in the wars of the code. He has never lost a battle. Love and respect both of you think so. Actually, you're going to get this place. Give it to me. If you scream, you have to be careful. Save the wind and whip the horse galloping fast, chase you code. Lao Kingdom's knight came to Yang with his great sword. Drop a Mexican gun. But the girl is fast. He used 2 of his knives. He looked at him with steady eyes. You say that your opponent is me. In front of an undefeated opponent, the cat girl is resilient. Tough, brave, unflinching confrontation. Maybe the girl is worried. The wind is not his opponent. In front of Kier riding horse. Just running and laughing. Ha ha ha, come and get me. He's fighting, and he's playing catch. He had a majestic smile. I'm busy running. A sharp sword like a mirror. Point at the wind. I was surprised, but with my special ability. The wind is still in time to recline. He dodged the sword and landed gently. Now the horse speaks again. Ha ha ha, since childhood noble, we have mastered swordsmanship. Dealing with you is as easy as turning your hand. He said in a contemptuous voice, so let's see. calmly answer him. Die to the hard mouth. The horse said, its eyes glowed with anger. Then he swung his sword and slashed it. But Liu Feng's speed is also admirable. What kind of code do you dodge? If you can't find the answer, what can you do? I don't believe in the power of the wind. He's getting more and more mad. Then, not to prolong the time, I ran to touch one. The horse fell to the ground. Put the mask out. Clamping forward to the front of you code. You speak up loud. I know you're a cyborg. You're done today. When you're done talking, squeeze your fingers into fists. Straight arm towards the cyst. Prepare to give him a book. As fast as lightning, a sharp blade that glides in an arc. A sharp cut on Liu Feng's clothes. I almost hit one of his knives. Just in time to kill him. Give me the code. Who just slashed the wind? The Knight of the Kingdom. He came back to protect the tumor. So wait, Mexico. Dante let the poor have time to think. He rushed to attack from behind. But again, thanks to a special ability that the wind can avoid, he grabbed the sword in his hand quickly. The swords of the two VAs clashed, flashing electric sparks. Save Feng aesthetic. That's too fast. Two people fight back and forth regardless of victory or defeat. Swipe one. The knight's sword injured the bandit. A sweet cut on the cheek. His speed as well as his technique are very good. Can't be underestimated. Say, inside the city, one hand lifting a big tree against the enemy. They're running around. They didn't run in time, they were crushed. Under the tree, the extraordinary power of the Emperor. Together, the enemy bugs shouted in unison. Quickly control her. I watched the enemy continue to come. She screamed furiously. If you hit it all again, you're dead. The screams are intense. Makes the power in your chest explode. Ripping off the outer layer. To reveal the body with its blooming breasts. When the enemy saw it, they all sprayed their noses with blood. One turn. The tension in the body has been released. It's easier to fight than you say. That way, you can use your full power. The power of the Emperor is now doubled. 3 times as much as before. She swung the wood faster. Stronger. Scan for any enemies that appear in front of you. The wind is still using its best. Fighting with a horseman. His movements are fast and accurate. Save Feng aesthetic. He knows his movements in advance. But the full force can only defend. And the knight as if to meet the opponent weighing. He thought it was interesting. That's interesting, West. But there are people who can keep up with our speed. Suddenly, the wind stopped and stared. Stare at your opponent. There was a big tree above the rider's head. Very fast, the rider dodged to one side. The tree's trunk collapsed to the ground. To Ti appear he. Fight or so Sao can be without us. Save the wind. When you just appeared with this extraordinary power. It's a girl again. She means she's a girl. It's not enough to prove that I'm not a girl. Weak legs, soft hands. The soles of his feet flung at the trunk of the tree with a loud shout. Go, big pika. Just use the power in your toes. The god made the giant tree soar. He turned to the rider. He jumped up and dodged the Emperor's move. And then he goes back to swinging the sword. It's good to fight the storm. To scream loud. I said. The new girl held hands. Drop a book to the ground where you're standing. The surrounding land collapsed into a hole. Down like a spider's web. The knight witnessed the power of the emperor and his acumen. The extraordinary speed of Liu Feng leapt to the high. He thinks. This animal can no longer cope. He's standing on the roof talking down. Who are you? Niu tribe beast to Ti girl Niu tribe replied. The Atlantic Ocean became the mainstream. The owner of the Atlantic replied. Name Knight smirked, a funny. I don't blame him for sending me to this remote west. Then he raised his hand and removed his mask. Speak loud. Remember our faces. One day we will meet again. I said. The rider jumped up the middle, leaving the horse bewildered. What are you doing? Kill them, you horsemen my father has sent. You must listen to my orders, yell out orders. If you don't have to hide your identity. The first person I killed, that's your imbecile. How to ride a horse. When you see the face of the 7 gods. It's very confusing. He hurried to chase and couldn't go. My father is the Earl. If I die, he won't spare you. As the rider left, he said to himself. This way of pulling is finally AI. Soul TI. There are 7 reasons not to keep fighting. I thought you could do 300 rounds. The hippopotamus just jerked back behind his mouth and muttered. It's impossible. I am the son of the Earl. AI can't hurt us either. AI can't hurt us either. Not wrong with your people. I can't finish the sentence yet. He eats right away. 2 punches straight in the face and the bottom. His appearance is now miserable. Liu Feng said. That's right, let's get him to stop. To obey orders. Feng said at this moment in his heart. Don't let that happen to baby. The war is over. The Atlantic City and the North formed the alliance. Victory over the horsemen. Laughter echoed through the castle. Ha ha ha. It's won. The soldiers laughed. Let's celebrate the victory together. The wine was spread all over the tables. The soldiers, shoulder to shoulder, happily drank to the duck. Meat is too good for wine. I was drunk eating next to the little girl. They have a striped tail. I didn't notice. 2 of my polo grapefruit are being stared at by men in a covetous way. My father and son Toji raised a cup together and said, I thought I would die this time. You 2 are calling the Baron handsome. Inside the living room of the North, become the owner, to save the wind with welfare and Bafu standing around the bed. Baby Na is lying there. She's been in a coma for half a day. My eyes are fixed on Mexico. Worry for the cute girl. Suddenly, Mexico slowly opened its eyes. I am glad to call her name. I am glad to see Mexico wake up. You've been in a coma for half a day, and you're killing us. An interest says. American interest speaks softly. My Na saw the wind sitting next to her. Try to sit up. Then say, yes, master, you are not old. Probably due to the battle with the kingdom artist. Not wait, so Mexico got hurt. The weak voice still hurts. Don't move. You have a lot of injuries on you. If it's not lack of surgery, it's good to leave the word. The air sank into silence. Hands drooping down a sad face. Love to blame yourself. Sorry, I'm so weak. Not even a king's knight would fight back. You are weak and weak. Mana is the most powerful false beast messenger in our nation. Speak up to Consul Mexico. He looked at Mexico in worry. Then he ran back to embrace the cat girl. He held his cock in his warm arms and whispered, "You idiot, you did very well." Then maybe a sweet kiss. It happened right in front of you and your friends. The fire in my heart is full of surprises. Missing the soul girl now. And there are 3 people standing there wishing they were young again. You think being young is good. In between exile, and my Na is still shy. The door opened. To your father is the owner. The northern wind with everyone rejoiced. In everyone's hands is a glass of wine. The Baron has been waiting for you for a long time. This party, maybe there's a shortage of heroes. Come on, ha ha ha, all together shout out loud, and push the bandit out of the living room. Baby Na tried to force laughter. Everyone go away, I do not SAO. Ha 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 ha. Let me drink with you 5 large barrels. The loud laughter still echoed behind the door. The one in my heart is constantly blaming himself. I'm too weak. The sky has fallen into the night. The victory party in the castle is still going on. It's very exciting. The eater who drinks, the man who sings. The air is throbbing everywhere. You are a prince. I am determined not to regret it now. I look at the opponent who is going to fight me. His eyes fixed on whether he regretted it or not. Come here, he replied. Less than 3 seconds. I can hold his hand to the table. That he can't move, he's curled up. I'm dying. I'm dying. That's a lot of gas. Why are you screaming now? The referee is now calling for 17 consecutive victories. The soldier just wrestled with the souls. Continue to be added to the force. People who broke their hands due to a wrestling challenge. The girl stood up and shouted. Who wants to fight us? No more. Ha 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 ha. Big sister is so good, little girl cheers Chodeti. Master Liu Feng is here. The crowd cheered loudly. Master Liu Feng is handsome. Master Liu Feng. All also doctors. And everyone in the hall was chanting. CA applauds the owner of the Atlantic exile. Walk into the middle of the room. Put up your hands and sign. Everyone quietly waited for the wind to speak. Your success is due to everyone's efforts. We were able to repel the bandits. To protect our family. I salute everyone here. Everyone raised their glasses and shouted. Dear sir, dear sir, dear sir. When everyone is having fun, he waved his hand to the old man. 3 men brought a jar of clay to touch. This is a specialty of the Atlantic City. Mr. Liu Feng invited everyone to try the box. The first time I heard about Tori, I felt strange. Ask again. People come around the box and talk. The lid of the box is opened, and the smell rises. This is SAO canned fish. It smells weird. What is it? People seem very curious, pulling together to wonder. Maybe you made it. I've never enjoyed this food. Fish has been brought raw, presented on the plate. No one dared to try it. People still have a lot of doubts. This is not normal fish. Can I eat it? Just look at the wonder. In front of thousands of people's questions, the old man said slowly, "This one takes time. Tori is curious." "How long has this fish been?" I answered, "Not long, after about half a month." Toji shivered hastily, shouting, "Half a month. This is not drying fish for half a month." Togi stands hesitantly in front of the fish plate. Eaters like Togi are also concerned with this food. The fish plate on the table disappeared. I quickly put the fish plate on my hand, mouth chewing. You really don't know how to enjoy it. Good food in front of me. Tordi only knows how to stand there, my fish. Toji found it very delicious. Your taste buds are stimulated. It seems that it is also very good to think about Toji. Toji boldly shouted, "Mr. B, give me a seat." "Oh, you want to challenge your taste buds?" The old man replied, "Here's the young man." The old man took out a new plate of fish. "It looks delicious." Toji rolled a piece of fish. "Carefully put it in your mouth and slowly close your eyes. Everything that melts into the mouth. It's a taste that's hard to describe. The body is noble. It's never been tasted before." Togi's eyes suddenly widened. I was surprised by the fish I had just experienced. It doesn't just stop at the usual delicious. Togi must utter. My taste. The fish was half a month old, but the meat was so fresh. It's just soft, plus this sauce. Sour, sour, sweet, sour stimulates taste. Make me so high. What is this sweet and sour taste? I can't help but wonder, Toji asked. It's tomato juice that we've added to tomato juice. Liu Feng Tong. Baby fish meat mixed with rich sweet and salty tomato sauce. This fish has been specially treated. Can be stored for up to half a year. Is food prepared for the march? Don't be afraid to try. Save the world through the quality as well as the utility of the fish. Everyone at the party was surprised. Use time can be so long. What, half a year? That's too bad, Mr. 3. Give me some more. Everyone wants to try the fish. From this Atlantic city, the old man had to leave his hands one by one. Don't be too quick to steal from me. It seems like Liu Feng's fish. It's all slotting tonight. I feel comfortable sitting on my chin alone. Seems very concerned. A soldier came to ask him not to eat. He didn't answer, so he kept calling. He looked at the king in the air. Can't hear the call. Normal. When it comes to eating, no one wins back. And now she's sitting there with such good food. It's a rare occasion. He called out again. At this point, I woke up. But she was angry with him. She shouted, "Child, you want to die." He only knows the words in his mouth. They ate fish for an hour and then left. Big brother, don't eat it. It's still good, but it's strange today. There's food coming from the back of the closet. A wagging tail sticking out. This is delicious. A beast with a mink tail eating a bear. Eat the guilty without ceasing. Good, you stole a lot. Enough purple-haired girl with 2 horns. You look like you're a Capricorn. You're both excited about the food you've got. Suddenly, where did Ra appear? He coughed a little, startled you. What are you doing hiding food on the side? What's wrong? You take people aside. Made two grapefruits swirl right in the face of the exile. There is no. I just want to ask you what the canned fish tastes like. Who can stand this? Your face is red with shame. Looks like this beauty is hard for you. It's normal. But don't think. That's why I'll trust your humanity. Her purple eyes glittered, but also full of vigilance. I helped you before just for you. The lover has changed now. From now on, the river does not violate the well water. You just said it and pointed it straight at me. Oh, he replied innocently. Makes her hard to understand. I want to invite you to the Atlantic City to try some other delicious food. So he turned his head. Start saying juicy words about food to seduce her. It hit the spot that made you wake up. My eyes lit up, trying to ask me again. That's right, Portuguese egg pie. Ice cream egg pie burgers fruit. Cheese sandwich. Meatloaf biscuits chocolate mango pudding. But that's it. Even if we don't get involved in the future. Listen to him tell the West the ocean is no different than water. You listen to all of Europe. Wait a minute, your mouth is open. Like me, I missed an opportunity to share food. It's tempting. The shortest route is the stomach. Stop walking. What are you doing? Out of nowhere came a bunch of flying stones. Girl to the side. They're pulling back on the wind. It startled me. This is something we mostly want to find out. Canned fish of the Atlantic City. If you or the Lord of the Rings have plenty. He laughed with an amused face. I want to exchange with him. I'm really sorry, guys. Canned fish production technology is very complicated. Output is not high. That was all that was left. What is it? His words pierced straight into his heart. He had just missed something precious. He was crying, and he was so sorry. He winked at me and cut his head off. Behind the Atlantic City, besides canned fish, there's a lot to play for. There is a huge market inside. I can tell you what you want. Why is everyone so excited? It's a great advertising trick. They deserve an international award. What is the big market you are sitting crying, oh? But hearing about the big market is blurry. Master Liu Feng, don't know we can go to your Atlantic City. As a guest? Of course. People started paying attention to the Atlantic City. Make save the favor. This one looks pretty good. This time, the Bakfenkung trade market is open. You're taking a chance, so that your country can expand and develop. Until then, please take care of yourself. I said, people start moving. Dad, this fish is really good. Maybe we should go to the Atlantic City. A boy is trying the canned food. Also interested. I want you to go to the production site. It's really delicious. The Baron's exile is quite interesting. Your father was a Mad Kingdom merchant. He seems to have become interested in the wind. In the moonlight of a lonely night, the hasty steps, to reveal the thick legs like the Amazon. His grandmother is so unlucky. Just arrived in the north. I met the horse bandits. I can't even go out during the day. It's good now. Everyone in the city came to the castle, joined the celebration party, just in time to seize this opportunity. Two guys running like bandits on the road. The yellow-bearded man looked up and found it in Kier. He's just straight up on the roof. A white-haired girl running around. Love white-haired girl, beautiful face. Mysterious white eyes. Her long legs are interracial. The 1,000 yuan's reward is mine, the bald man said as he threw a knife at her. She's alert, high speed, jumping up and down. Just dodged the knife while holding the bow up and pointing straight at him. Steady demeanor. It is no different than the god of love. The two men were not shocked. He's got 2 arrows in his head. The blood spilled. The 2 men cried out bitterly and lay down. I don't know my strength. She landed slowly and scolded the 2 idiots just now. I can't stay in this city anymore. Next, it looks like you're going somewhere else. Behind the bloody night sky, the next morning was everyone's activity. Happened as usual. Go to the beach and get ready to go. Everybody raise the flag and get ready to go. Let's make barons this time. I don't know when I'll see you again. Say goodbye to the wind. You wait. I have the ability to take over the position of master. I'm going to the nursing home. He was moved and wiped his tears. Don't stop saying goodbye. He was also happy to respond to his cry. Towards the child, he's carrying a big creepy thing. He panicked and hurried to the boat. Tell you, Father, I have come to the Atlantic City to live here. Father gave birth to another son, to inherit the position of owner. This bad boy came back to me. He shouted at his only son. He dared to leave you and go to another country. A son was born. Calm, calm, calm. Save the wind, gently soothing the goods for you to save. The AI called out the name from a distance. He turned his head gently and was startled. Thank you for saving us. A representative stands up, in front of a team of animals behind. He thanked you, and everyone bowed their heads in unison. I thank my savior. The old man laughed with a kind and benevolent face. They ate all the porridge and ran. Now the thick side is back. 2 soldiers behind the fence. The 2 guys look nothing more than a pointy-eyed secco and a big fat chain. At this time, the new face of the wind, I was angry. I didn't say when I finished the porridge. If you want to go, go. If you want to stay, you are free. The animals are a little confused right now, of course. You can also come to my Atlantic City, whether it's a human or a different race. All are equal, he said, pointing to the other 3 Kier species. You just have to work, and you can worry. He spoke and raised his hand to create closeness. Invite people back to their country. Really good. The animals began to stir. Who is also happy to shed tears, hugging each other, laughing happily. Who, thank you. They're opening up a new horizon. Hope to come back to them. Your boss is also kind. The purple-haired girl gradually ran out of aversion to the wind. Of course, our young master is a blonde. But the opportunity flattered its owner. Why are you here too? Provocative gaze. Liu Feng's curiosity looked at the 2. Makes them startled and shy to look at you. It seems like everything has gone exactly the way you did. Save the wind with a satisfied smile. They started moving the boats. Go west of the city. Let's go home. Order everyone to move forward together. In the west, people are reaping grain to collect the golden ripe rice. The farmers looked startled at the road. Look over there. Is the master the fluttering flags? He rides on a steady horse. Spirit of steadfastness. It's like bringing victory back to the villagers. Master, come back and let everyone know. What time is it? The whole village began to spread the word. We're all back at the Atlantic Gate. The exclamation of welcome. Everyone's for the owner. It's a warm and happy country.